Hello, this is Bullet, aka the Passive Aggressive Sherpa. In today's video, I want to talk about last week's Nightfall, the Pyramidion, and what I learned from failing it over 26 times. There's some really good tips here that will help you out whenever this Nightfall comes back around. The problem, however, is that starting next week, the Nightfall is going to change and will no longer be timer based. I don't recall at the moment if they'll also be updating the modifiers. It would seem they have to for at least some of the Nightfall, since most of the mods are time related, rings, anomalies, and so forth. I think the tips learned here will still be of use in the new scoring version of Nightfall, so I'm going forward with this video. I had so wanted to have a good clean run solo completion of this, but I just couldn't get it done. It was insane. The footage of the run you're about to see was flawless, as I recall, up until the boss fight. Made it to the boss fight with more than 8 minutes left on the clock. I've seen people kill the boss soloing this in just over 6 minutes. So I have no excuse. I don't know what to tell you. I did everything the other gamers did, and yet for me, I was always kicked off the map, I was shot and killed while invisible. Sometimes low-level ads would just walk through my grenades undamaged, or they'd suddenly glitch to a different spot. I say glitch, I mean that phasing in and out that they do to get from one spot to another. My level of frustration was at an all-time high. I have no explanation for why I could play flawlessly until the end, and then all of a sudden I can't finish the job. It makes no sense. But I digress. I did learn a ton of things about this strike that can help you. Even if you've soloed this before, I think you might learn some shortcuts here. But first, let's briefly look at my setup. I've tried all different kinds here. Scout rifles, hand cannons, the Wardcliffe coil, fusion rifles, and rocket launchers. This loadout seemed to be the most effective for me. The hand cannon for close-up confrontations, the scout rifle to take down shields. I went with a solar scout because it seemed that most of the yellow bars were solar, and the ones that weren't, it was still effective at taking the shields down. As for gear, I go with mostly void grenade mods, if I had them. The rest, I think there was a kinetic mod and a melee mod you should be seeing here. On a side note, I'm watching the playback along with you and adding a commentary, and doing it live. So I'm sure there'll be a whole lot of ums and pauses in speech as I let action unfold before speaking. Alright, let's back up to the beginning of this strike here so we can fully talk about it. Now what I like to do here is I get to the base of the precipice, I guess I should call it, where everything's down here. There's 5 things you need to kill. There's a harpy. Throw a grenade, with any luck, that does most of the damage. There's going to be 2 Vex guys guarding this, what I call the right plate, and then there's 2 more guarding the left plate. So once you kill these guys, jump down, grab any heavy if you need it, then head over and kill the other 2. It's really easy. Don't feel bad if you die. There's sometimes you miss a grenade or things happen. Now here, this is key. You want to get out your rocket launcher. Well, you don't have to get out your rocket launcher right here. But you want to be aiming right here with your void grenades. Throw that there, because that harpy's going to go over right there, and he's going to sit in that void grenade, and it's going to kill him, so you don't have to worry about it. Now you want to try to kill these guys as quick as possible, because these 2 guys are going to spawn in the same setup. There's going to be 2 more over here guarding the other plate. You want to get rid of them as quick as possible. Watch out for that harpy on the opposite wall. Here I get a little bit sloppy. For some reason I want my grenades to do it. I should just take out my rocket launcher and blast them to save time. Now here I like to throw a grenade, help take down a shield, and then kill that harpy. Here I'm going to pretty much use grenades and rocket launcher. I like to throw a grenade over here, and hopefully that kills at least one of them. I never get to see over there, so I don't know if it actually does anything or not. But that's just what I always do. Here, I'm going to take out these two. It looks like I killed one of those with that very first grenade, because I only see one guy going under that little tunnel thing. So I'm picking up heavy. Now I think that one's going to kill him, so I'm backing away and I'm going to go work on the rest. Now I do something a little different around here. I try to throw a couple grenades, because if doing this, one harpy always hangs out right here. So this is what I do. I go invisible and I jump up here. From here I'm relatively safe and I can do damage on everything else in the room, and not many things can get to me. And I just grenade and rocket launcher. I kind of go back and forth. Now usually this harpy is directly behind me. This time he happens to be here. Yeah, okay, he's there. A lot of times he goes over to my left. But either way, just keep an eye out for him. And then that's it. Run down, collect your ammo. If you're really good, you can drive your Sparrow to get to the next section. That kills me more times than it does. So I take it for a little bit and then I jump off, and because if I stay on it, I will crash and burn just like my Sparrow did there. And besides, when I see people, when I do this strike with other people, lots of times they jump on their Sparrows, and I pretty much can run and keep up with them, because you take your Sparrow and all you do is clank and bang into walls, and so it's just really, sometimes I'll ride it all the way through here up until this point and then jump off, but you know, play to your strengths. Mine isn't Sparrow driving, so I just run. Be careful here. Always hit that double jump before you land on these big steps, because you will die if you don't. But this section, just keep throwing down the vanish and smoke grenades. You'll be fine. Also, don't take your time here if you're doing this in smoke, because even though you're invisible, sometimes they shoot down that hallway with the arc things that you just ran past, and you can die even though you're invisible. You can still nail you. And double jump before you hit, or else you will die. This part, I try to get him to tease them a little bit by sticking my head out, get them to congregate in the middle section there. It doesn't always work. Now this part, for most of this, I stay up here and do damage. You can take out this first wave mostly from here. Just use this wall to hide behind, and grenade and rocket launcher, everything. Something to note with these void grenades, one of the reasons I like them is they seem to have like a delayed reaction, like they damage, but you throw it into a crowd of these, and they'll stand there and you think, oh, it's not doing a lot of damage, and then they just all explode. It's like there's a delayed reaction to the grenade, and you can take out whole groups of them once they get trapped in there. So it's a pretty effective grenade. It's slow. They're not as good as the pulsed grenades with the Titan, but they definitely have their benefits. Now I've got just one guy left. Alright, now once you run up to just about here, the next wave is going to spawn in. So I like to jump up here, throw a grenade up there, try to take out those guys. It's not going to get all of them, but some of them. That little bastard right there is a pain in the ass. Now come up here, do a little rocket launcher, and then get the hell out. I always forget to go invisible and then get shot, so be careful there. Now also just to my right, somewhere back here, there's going to be, yeah, there he is. There's another taken Minotaur or Knight. You want to get him taken out. Sometimes he's a red bar, sometimes he's a yellow bar. Either way, he can kill you quickly. Now there should be another batch up here. One grenade. Oh, they're down here this time. These guys they're dangerous. So they just, unless you can take out their shields, the little guys are hard to kill. Now there's this one, and there's another taken goblin over here. Now chuck a grenade. Your main focus should be trying to take out these two minotaurs in the back, but also if you can, get some tethers and shoot a lot of these Vex that are going to spawn. And then do your I like to do my damage from up here. It provides a little bit of cover. And a few grenades, a few hand cannon shots, and you should be good. But be careful, there's times you won't see one of them and you jump down there and you're so excited to go, oh, I'm through the thing, and then you get shot quickly. Now here, I pretty much don't, I try, everything here is, I pretty much run through everything. I chuck a couple of grenades, but I don't use any heavy. So I try to get as much of it as I can, because I won't use it again until the boss fight. And these parts, I can't stress enough how careful you need to be through here. Usually if you get your timing right, you can just run straight through it. My timing was a little off in this run, so it was frustrating. But these things, these killed me more than the ads did. In this section here, anytime I can make it through this section and not die, I'm always excited, and then I run through the next section and it kills me. The arc streams kill me. Very frustrating. I like to hit this plate first, throw a grenade over there. That grenade sucked, but normally that grenade will take out, yeah, it looks like I got some over there. You stay here. Now I run over here and I try to take out this upper plate, chuck a grenade, jump up here, another vanish in smoke, come around behind him, another vanish in smoke. You have to work fast here because there's a taken Centurion that is going to fire them little void fart bubbles at you. And so you need to stay invisible, because if you have full health, one will damage you, the second one will kill you. I found if you just stay jumping, you can miss most of these shots. So just throw vanish and smoke, stay in the air. And these guys you can run past or jump over. Now more of these little arc bars. Be careful. Oh, these things stress me out. Now, I like to try to chuck a couple grenades at that taken wizard, because so many times I go running over there, and even though I'm invisible, she's blocking the stream, and those rotating or revolving arc things. So I try to at least do some damage to her. Sometimes it kills her, sometimes it doesn't, and I have to throw another grenade. Here, I'm not fast enough to make it all the way through, so I usually have to go invisible 2 or 3 different times. I don't often kill him. I usually just run past him. And here, we've got just over 10 minutes left. This section you should be able to get done in just about a minute. Just go invisible, don't shoot, don't do anything, just keep going invisible and hit these data lattice vex, whatever they're called, things. And it's so hard when you're invisible, trying to see if your ghost has actually started to hack them. Very, very frustrating. You can't see shit. Now after this one, you've got about 10 or 15 seconds that you just need to stay alive while that gate opens. I thought I was gonna die. You just hit me with that little fart, that void fart bubble. So here, 9 minutes. Over 9 minutes for the boss fight. Oh, this is so frustrating. But there's still a few good tips to be had here.
Some kind of interdimensional terminal.
Now, you should be fairly safe in this area. I like to get a couple of grenades down because this is where he's gonna walk out and stand. Then I either grenade him or hit him with the rocket launcher once or twice, but usually that's all it takes to get him to go. Yeah, so he's already going. Sometimes I try to chuck a grenade over to where he's gonna stand. I don't know if it ever hits him or not because I'm too busy doing my Forrest Gump and running. Throw a grenade there to start hitting the Vex. That should take out most of them. Feel free to shoot at them as long as you're hiding behind this wall. The boss can't get you. And start chucking over there to second plate. Get those grenades. Now, one or two of them will be hidden. You might not get them all, so be prepared when you run over there to run, jump up in the air, throw down a grenade at them if any are there, and then immediately throw down a vanish and smoke and then get out of the way, because he's going to keep firing. See, what I did there was stupid. I went back to the last place he saw me, and once you throw down a grenade, he's going to think that's where, or a smoke grenade, he's going to think that's where you're at. And so if you stand there, you're going to get shot. Now, I like to come over here and kneel down and throw grenades. He can sometimes get you with the fire. Sometimes it goes right over your head. Sometimes you have to bail out of this spot. I don't know if it happens here or not, but it can happen. It didn't happen here. Again, I run over to this plate and I try to chuck grenades to where the ads are going to start spawning in. The main problem here is going to be the Minotaur. Shoot while you can. Try to get those grenades out quickly so that Minotaur goes down. I've died in this spot right here more times than not. But there I did that. I threw down the vanish and smoke, and then I jumped out of the way. Because he's going to fire. The second he sees you, he's going to fire. Again, start trying to clear the last plate, third plate. Sometimes you might miss one, but try to clear them all out before you get over there. It's complicated if you don't. I'm going to throw another grenade. I'm going to jump up so he doesn't shoot me, and he did anyways. That's how fast it happens. Now he'll keep shooting where he last saw me. That's why I moved over to the left. Now here you're safe from the fire to chuck grenades at him. Here I try to put in a couple of rocket launchers. Alright, and he's moving on pretty quick. And right around here, this is where it all falls apart. At least for me. It's real easy to get overwhelmed by the ads here, and I spend more time on ad control. I could probably improve this section if I didn't worry about the ads so much and just tried to keep moving and, jumping and moving and throwing grenades at the boss when I can. But when I try that, it never fails that anytime if that boss can see me and I'm not invisible, it doesn't matter where he could have his back turned to me. But the second my invisibility ends and I throw a vanish and smoke, he's already turned around, shot, and killed me. So I've seen people, they can do this and run around, and I have a hard time doing that. So I tend to try to take cover, get rid of most of the ads when I can, use my super when I can. Here, I don't want to use my super yet. I want him to, because once he's done here, he's going to spawn down to the middle section. And that's when I'm going to try to use my super on him. Now the goal is you actually want to hit him with your super. That usually will prevent him from firing, but it's hard to get a rocket into him because it's like the second you stop shooting your tethers, he just can move away without a care in the world and shoot you. Another key point, you want to keep an eye out for the barriers. You always try to see where they're at and stay around them so you can get some amount of cover. Like here, I missed a grenade. Another thing you want to be careful of. What you'll probably see me do here is throw these things at the wall. Don't do that. I don't know if you'll see it in this clip or not, but there's so many times I go to throw it at the wall expecting to vanish in smoke because it's faster, because it's right there. I don't have to take time to look down to throw it at the ground. But what happens is eventually this wall is going to go away, and it never fails. Right as I throw that vanish and smoke grenade, the wall disintegrates or vanishes, and it goes right through the wall, and now I don't vanish in smoke. And as long as you use this to vanish in smoke, you pretty much get the vanish and smoke melee right back again. But if you miss, if you don't go invisible, then it takes another 15-20 seconds for it to regenerate. And having to run around to find cover with him shooting at you, you're almost always going to die. No amount of dodging is going to save you. So use these walls, they're your friend. And there I am, not learning my lesson. Here I'm going to start to die. I've got like less than 2 minutes left. I'll get my super back soon, but it won't be enough. I hear him trying to get away. The second I wasn't invisible, dead. Oh, it was the radiolarian fluid that got me, not the harpy or the minotaur. Interesting. This is the most frustrating part to me, the fact that you're on a timer and then it takes 24 seconds, 25 seconds every time you die to respawn. Not only is it boring, it's just why you can't instantly respawn or have, I could get like even have a 5-second thing, but 25 seconds, that's just an ungodly amount of time. It's sick. I could tolerate it if it was, if we had more time. I don't like that they're apparently getting rid of the timer. I like the timer. I just think they're getting rid of it defeats the purpose. I like that it's a challenge. I like having a set time limit. I like being able to go beyond the time limit like we could in Destiny. Why they just don't make the Nightfall add back scoring make the Nightfall 30 minutes, and make Prestige 15 minutes. That's all they have to do. But who knows? I don't want to come down too hard on it because it hasn't happened yet. So I'm looking forward next week to see what's going on. I have high hopes. Anyways, as you see, I couldn't get it done in time. I needlessly died. But through all that, I hope you learned something. I hope this video helps you. And I hope you can learn from my mistakes in the boss fight. There's just too many times I'm working on ads when I should be doing damage to the boss. And every time I went back in to do this strike, I said to myself, don't worry about the ads so much, work on the boss, and I would still screw it up. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a like, the thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That's so important. But most of all, thanks for watching.